Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of College Ball with J-Dog. Today, we're going to react to the AP Coaches Poll. We're going to tell you what we agree with, what I don't agree with. We're going to preview Week 8. It's a pretty damn good slate, y'all. It's not quite as good as last week, but it's still a damn good one. I'm fired up for it. My balls go on the road, Tuscaloosa, trying to get a win in Tuscaloosa for the first time in 20-some years. I think they can do it. We're going to discuss that. We're going to do the Week 8 preview. Y'all do that YouTube stuff for me before we get started. You know what it is. Thumbs up. Hit that bell. Subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, thank you. If you're not, and you're going to on this video, God bless you. Get in that comment section. Tell me what you think about the games coming up. What you think's wrong with the polls. We ain't going to ramble on, y'all. We're going to get straight into it. Let's look at the AP and the coaches poll, y'all. The AP poll will be on the left. Coaches poll will be on the right. We're going to cover both of them. Let's get it pulled up here. We got the AP poll. Let's go over it first. Nebraska gets in at 25. I have no problem with Nebraska being ranked. Cincinnati at 24. Utah 23. Utah should be ranked. They got one loss to Texas Tech, but Texas Tech looks like the cream of the crop in the Big 12, y'all. They just put an ass whooping on Arizona State. Yes, Arizona State didn't have their quarterback, but still. Memphis at 22. Texas at 21. USC at 20. South Florida at 19. I got a problem with that. Virginia at 18. Vanderbilt at 17. Missouri 16. BYU 15. Oklahoma 14. Notre Dame 13. Have a huge problem with that. Georgia Tech 12. Tennessee 11. LSU 10. Georgia 9. Oregon 8. Texas Tech 7. Bama 6. Ole Miss 5. A&M 4. Indiana 3. Miami 2. Ohio State 1. So let's go over this on the AP poll, and then we'll go to the coaches poll, y'all. First thing I have a problem with, South Florida being at 19. I absolutely think South Florida should be ranked. I have no problem with that. I think they're too high. I think they should be 23, 24, somewhere around there. Yes, I know they're only losses to Miami. I understand that. But it is still a bad loss. Their win against Florida, not holding as much weight. Yes, Florida beat Texas. Besides that, they beat nobody besides Rhode Island or Long Island, whoever it was. I think it was Long Island, which is absolutely nobody at this point. I think Memphis should be ahead of South Florida. Memphis beat an Arkansas team that is right on par with Florida. Memphis is undefeated. South Florida hasn't lost. I think they play this year, but as of right now, I'd have Memphis above South Florida. I'd have Memphis like 22, South Florida at 23. Something like that. South Florida's too high. The other problem I have is Notre Dame at 13. How is Notre Dame ranked 13th, y'all? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever that Notre Dame is ranked 13th. They have 2 losses, and they're above 1, 2, 3 SEC teams with 1 loss. Above BYU with no losses. Yes, BYU just scraped by the damn skin on their teeth, the hair on their ass, whatever you want to say, against Arizona State. Or Arizona, sorry. They're still undefeated. They haven't really played nobody. I understand that. But it is what it is. Notre Dame should be ranked in the lower 20s, 21 to 25, somewhere around there. I know Notre Dame's 2 losses are the number 2, number 4. Don't matter, it's still losses. They're already setting Notre Dame up to be in the playoff after they run the table. The only hope, if you're a Notre Dame hater like me, I hate Notre Dame because A, they won't join the conference. B, they act like they're better than everybody. They're gonna touchdown Jesus, all that. Every time they've had to play good teams besides last year, and they really got a damn favorable draw. The only tough game they had to make to the national title was playing Georgia, and Georgia didn't have their quarterback. They always lose the top competition. That's just the Notre Dame way. But where they're independent, they play 2, maybe 3 tough games at the most. Then it's a bunch of cupcakes. They play Army, Navy, Chattanooga School of the Blind. That's Notre Dame's schedule. Every year they play 2 or 3 tough games, and then they play a bunch of scrubs that everybody knows can't beat them. So they're going to have a spot at the playoff every year, especially when it goes 16. That's why they won't join the conference. They're scared to death they might end up with the schedule like Oklahoma or Florida or somebody has, and not make the playoffs and get exposed like they do every time they play top competition. Our only hope in Notre Dame not making the playoff, if you're a Notre Dame hater like me, is this weekend, y'all. That's a fact. I have no problem with much else on it. I thought Oregon should have dropped a little further, but I'm not going to nitpick that. I thought they should drop to 11. Tennessee go up to 10. LSU 9. Georgia, you get it. Let's move over to the coaches poll, y'all. You got Illinois in on the coaches poll. Illinois got in. If I had to pick between Illinois and Nebraska to be ranked, I'd put Nebraska in at the moment. It's because Illinois has a 53-point loss. Yes, it's the number 3 Indiana, but it's still a 53-point loss. And then they weren't competitive against Ohio State either. Let's not act like they were. It was 18 points at the end, but in reality, it was really 24, 25. I can't remember if they went for 2. I think they did. So it was really a 24-point loss. Cincinnati, no problem with them. They beat Ohio State, keep winning. South Florida 23. The coaches poll has that right. They have Memphis and South Florida right. Utah 22. USC 21. Memphis 20. That's how it should be. South Florida and Memphis. Memphis should be above South Florida until they play. Since South Florida has a loss, Memphis don't. I guess South Florida plays a little tougher schedule, but it'll all work itself out. I agree with that. Virginia at 19, Vandy at 18, Texas up to 17. Texas gets their ass whooped by Florida, who hasn't beaten any Power 4 team besides Texas. They're right back up to 17 after a win against Oklahoma, y'all. You can't make it up. Like I said, in these polls, a lot of times the logo matters more than what you've done on the field. Same in Notre Dame's case. They're up there because of their logo. That's it. 16 Missouri. Notre Dame 15. Still too high. Notre Dame should be down in the 20s. They should not be above. 1 loss Vandy. 1 loss Missouri. Missouri's 1 loss is the number 6 Bama by 3 points. So how does Notre Dame deserve to be above them? Even Texas. How does Texas deserve to be above Vandy right now? When Vandy's put together a better resume than Texas so far. Makes no sense. BYU at 14. Oklahoma only dropped to 13 in the coaches poll. After an absolute beatdown from Texas. Georgia Tech, Tennessee, LSU, Oregon, Texas Tech, Georgia. Top 6, same in the coaches poll as it is the AP poll. I don't have much of a problem with it. I do think Ole Miss could have dropped another spot or 2 after winning by 3, being a 32.5 point favorite. There's 32.5 point favorites against Washington State, y'all, and won by 3. So that 1 spot they dropped wasn't enough, if you ask me. Texas A&M's kicking ass. Indiana's kicking ass. Miami's kicking ass. Ohio State's kicking ass. If I had to pick the number one team in the country right now, I'd take Miami just based off of who they played and how they've looked. Ohio State's looked really good too. I've said it on this channel before. I'll say it again. Until Ohio State loses, they're number one. They're the defending champs. They're number one until somebody knocks them off. AP poll, Illinois fell out. Michigan fell out. The coaches poll, Michigan fell out. Nebraska's almost in. Can y'all believe that I still can't believe Penn State lost Northwestern. Fired James Franklin. James Franklin got fired before Billy Napier did, y'all. And Luke Fickell. Luke Fickell let Iowa score 37 points on them. Iowa don't score 37 points on nobody. They don't score that in 2 or 3 games sometimes. Wisconsin's in absolute shambles, y'all. It's sad. It really is. I thought Fickell would be a perfect fit there, y'all. Anyway, we got 2 Friday night games, y'all. 2 pretty good Friday night games. You got Miami traveling. No, Louisville traveling to Miami. My bad, though. Louisville travels to Miami for a Friday night game, y'all. These Friday night games, weird stuff happens in these Friday night games. I ain't saying it's going to be an upset or nothing. I'm just saying. I said the same thing with Florida State. Went up to Virginia. The good news for Miami is they're at home. They're 13.5-point favorites, y'all. Over-under is 52.5. FPI don't give Louisville a damn chance in hell. It's 85-15. Miller Moss versus Carson Beck. Carson Beck's played really good this year, y'all. Miller Moss has been up and down. He was the same way at USC. It's going to take a lot for Louisville to go down there and win this game, y'all. The only reason I think there's even a Chinaman's chance in hell is because it's a Friday night game, and the Friday night games are weird. But if Miami comes to play and Louisville comes to play, Miami should win this game. The only reason Miami would lose this game is if they was overlooking them, really. This ain't a prediction show. We're just previewing y'all, but I'm just going to tell you. If Miami loses that game, it's because they overlooked Louisville. But Miami's schedule is so easy from here on out, y'all. It's absolutely sad. The next Friday night game, Nebraska travels to Minnesota. Nebraska 7.5-point favorites. Over-under is 46.5. FPI loves Nebraska 75-25. Raula's been really good this year, y'all. I think he's got like 16 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Minnesota's a tough team. I don't know that they can beat Nebraska, but Nebraska keeps just skating by the freaking skin of their teeth, y'all. Against Maryland. They had to come back and win. Michigan State had to come back and win. They had a big lead. Then they fell behind. They come back and won. Nebraska's a weird team. I do think that will be a pretty good game. Basically, Nebraska needs Raiola to throw for 300 a game to win. They can't run the ball very good right now. And if a team can run the ball good, that's your way to beating Nebraska. Nebraska got a really good pass defense, but their run defense has been suspect. So if you're going to play Nebraska, if you can run the ball, you got a chance. If you can't, you're not going to beat them throwing it through the air more than likely. Rumors are Matt Rule's interested in that Penn State job, y'all. They was talking about before James Franklin even got fired, and he just seemed to add a little bit of fire to the flames instead of throwing a blanket over and cooling it off, spraying some water on it. He seemed to just avoid the question today, so we'll see. First game we're going to talk about for Saturday, y'all. It's my Vols. VOLS, VOLS, go Vols, go! Traveling down the road to spent my dollar, parked in a holler neath the mountain moonlight. Traveling to Tuscaloosa to hear Alabama fans sing a song about Tennessee. The FBI don't like the Vols here, y'all. Doesn't like the Vols at all. It's basically 28-72. The spread is 8.5. It's went up a point. Over-under's 58.5. I think it's going to be a shootout, y'all. You got two of the best quarterbacks in the country battling it out Saturday. Bama has not been able to stop the run. Aguilar's got 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Simpson has 16, 1 interception. 3 of Aguilar's interceptions have been his receivers letting the ball hit their hands and bounce in the air. Only one of them's really Aguilar's fault. I'm telling you, this is going to be an absolute showdown, y'all. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. Two high-flying offenses. Tennessee's one advantage in this game is Alabama has struggled to stop the run, y'all. And for some reason, Georgia quit running the ball on them in the second half. Vandy quit running the ball on them in the second half. Missouri halfway quit running the ball on them in the second half. If Tennessee can establish the ground game in this game, I like the Vols' chances on the road, y'all. Aguilar was unflappable at Mississippi State. That's a hostile environment. Well, however you feel about their team, that is a hostile environment. I'm so ready for this game, y'all. It'll make your damn junk tingle, this game will. If you're a Vol fan or a Bama fan, this game will absolutely make your damn junk tingle. Absolute. I'm so fired up for it, y'all. We'll make predictions on Thursday. But this game right here, I think it's going to be closer than Vegas thinks. I think Tennessee goes down there and gives Bama everything they can handle and more, y'all. I really do. That's my opinion. I'll let you know my pick on Saturday. Not Saturday. I'll let you know my pick for the game Saturday on Thursday, y'all. Let's keep it moving along here. Who's up next? We got LSU traveling up to Nashville to take on Clark Lee, Diego Pavia, and the Fighting Commodores. The FPI likes Vandy in this game, y'all. Can you believe this? The FPI has Vandy 60-40, basically. 61-39, however you want to look at it. Vandy's favored by 2.5. Over-under, 59.5. That was going to be a damn dogfight, y'all. If LSU don't find some offense in that game, Vandy will leave Nashville with another big win over a top 10 team. LSU's defense is damn good. That spread's about perfect on that game. I can see either team winning by about 2 or 3. This is Pavia's chance to back up his talk. He backed up against South Carolina. South Carolina's got 3 losses. He backed up against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech done fired their coach. Bama shut him up. Here's his chance to prove they're really a contender, y'all. You have LSU come to your house, and you put a whooping on them in Nashville as Vandy. I'll start believing that you're a contender. If you don't, the schedule you have coming up, it's going to be tough for you to get to 7, 8 wins. So this is a huge game for Vandy. It's a huge game for LSU, too. LSU still has tough games ahead. If they lose this one, their playoff hopes are shot, and Brian Kelly's ass is blistered from how hot his seat gets, y'all. This game right here, we ain't going to take much time on it. I know not many people here are fans of these teams. We got Georgia Tech going on the road, a 4-2 Duke. Duke is favored in this game, y'all. Haynes King, Georgia Tech going on the road. FPI loves Duke too. 62-38, y'all. This is one of those Haynes King games. If Georgia Tech's going to win this game, Haynes King's going to have to put him on his back, run the ball 20-25 times, hit a few throws. Mensah for Duke is playing really good ball, y'all. He's got 2 picks. Both of those were against Illinois. They also lost Tulsa. Not Tulsa, Tulane, sorry. They lost Tulane. So they lost to Illinois, Tulane. Georgia Tech is ranked 12th. Georgia Tech should have lost to Wake Forest, y'all. The ref screwed Wake Forest. If you didn't see it, Georgia Tech jumped off sides on Wake Forest. Should have been last drive of the game. Would have gave Wake Forest first down. They'd have nailed the ball, left with a win. Refs don't call it. Georgia Tech kicks field goal, takes it to overtime, wins. That should be a really good game, y'all. That's one of those sleeper games that if you're just a casual, you don't care about. But if you're a football fan, a fanatic, a college football crazy, whatever you want to call it, that's a game that you'll watch and be like, oh, damn, this game's a little better than I thought it might be. Up next, you got Oklahoma coming off of a heartbreaking loss in the Red River Shootout. 24-6. Texas whooped their ass. Everybody couldn't believe Texas was favored. Everybody's putting money on Oklahoma. I picked Texas, said Texas' back was against the wall. Oklahoma's been a little overrated. They've not played that good a competition yet. John Mateer throws 3 interceptions, no touchdowns. He now has 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions for the year. Well, North Sellers ain't played that great either. This is a season-saving game for somebody. If Oklahoma goes on the road and wins this game, that's a chance for them to still be playoff contenders. South Carolina wins it. Beamer can cool off the talk in town because they loved him last year. They had him on the hot seat the year before. Then last year he went 9-3, almost got in the playoff, beat Clemson. This year he's back on the hot seat, y'all. They're really struggling. I think it's going to be a good game, y'all. Oklahoma's favored by 3.5. The over-under is only 43.5 in this game, y'all. It's probably going to be a low-scoring game. I think, personally, Lenore Sellers might have one of those games right here that you seen from him last year that propelled them to a pretty good year. I'm not saying that's going to happen. Mateer needs a bounce-back game too, y'all. He looked terrible against Texas. You can say it was because of the thumb injury. You can say whatever. But he looked bad. And I never understood why he was one of the favorites for the Heisman to begin with. Besides having running for 20 times against Michigan and hitting a couple of decent throws, he hadn't done much this year, y'all. And I hate to be that guy. Because I think he's a really good player. I really do. But I think he got over. Oklahoma and him got overhyped just a little too fast, y'all. I really do. My video's starting to glitch out because my charger fell out. I'm sorry, y'all. Up next, you got a name your score game, y'all. That's what this one is. It's a name your score special. You got Ohio State versus Wisconsin. This is a game I'd go ahead and put money on, y'all. I swear to you. I'd move the spread. No way in hell Ohio State goes to Wisconsin right now and only wins by 27 points, y'all. I'd move that spread up to at least 37-38. That's the best bet right there. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. I usually give them to you on Thursday. That's the best bet right there. Iowa, who scores 10, 15 points a game most times, just beat Wisconsin 37-0, y'all. You mean to tell me you think Ohio State's only going to go there and win by 27 with probably the best defense in the country? Absolutely not. I would go to that game right now Move that spread to about 37.5. Put 10 on it. Probably win you about 40, 50. That's the best bet of the week right there, y'all. Y'all go ahead and chalk that up. There is absolutely no way Ohio State only wins this game by 26.5, y'all. No way. That spread will be up to 30-31 by Saturday. So jump on it now, y'all. There ain't much else to talk about now. I just put it on here so I can tell y'all to go put money on it now. That's absolute easy money right there, y'all. I promise that is easy money. You got Missouri going on the road to Auburn. Missouri coming off a heartbreaking loss to Alabama. Had a chance at the end. Boca Buell threw an interception. Hearts broken in Columbia. You got Auburn coming off of an absolute fuck job by the refs against Georgia. I always said Tennessee gets screwed by the refs more than anybody I've ever seen. Then Auburn this year has took the cake. Auburn against Oklahoma, Auburn against Georgia were two of the biggest screw jobs I've seen in years. Not only the fumble at the goal line where you could clearly see, like I said on my video yesterday, I watched on my 85-inch TV over and over and over again. And he crossed that line, the tip of that line, before the ball come out. 100%. Oklahoma, you know what happened there. Refs screwed them there too. This spread is only 1.5, y'all. FPI, 54 Missouri, 46 Auburn. Hugh Freeze has to have this game, y'all, or he is on his way to being on the James Franklin, Brett Key, Deshaun Foster, coaches that have been fired trained. If he loses that game, Hugh Freeze will be the next domino to fall. Because it looks like Florida's going to wait. They got a bye week this week. I don't know why they're going to wait, but they're going to. Up next, we got A&M. Traveling to Fayetteville. Spreading this game 7.5. Arkansas's only hoping this game is their offense putting up 40. Their defense is bad. Their offense is really good. They're top 6 offense in the country. They're at home. They could make this a game if A&M don't show up. If A&M's looking ahead. FPI loves A&M 70-30. Marcel Reed, Taylor Green. Taylor Green is being wasted at Arkansas, y'all, with that terrible defense. Taylor Green's definitely a top 10, 12 quarterback in the nation. I mean, he can throw the ball. He's got legs. He does it all. He's a better passer than Marcel Reed. Arkansas could make that game interesting, y'all. Their offense alone could make that game interesting. Who should we go to next, y'all? Let's go Southern Cal, traveling to Notre Dame. Like I said earlier, if you're a Notre Dame hater, this is your last chance of them not making the playoffs this year, y'all. FPI loves Notre Dame, 69-31. Spread is 8.5. Over under 61.5. USC, if they play like they did against Michigan, can win this game, y'all. Jaden Malva is a very damn good quarterback. Notre Dame seems to be figuring it out some. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than that spread. I'm not picking today, like I've said over and over again, but I think USC goes to Notre Dame and gives Notre Dame everything they can handle. If Malva and this offense can run the ball like they did against Michigan, open up the pass game for them, that could be an upset special right there, y'all. Where we go now? Let's go. Undefeated BYU goes on the road. Well, Utah goes on the road to undefeated BYU. Utah's favored by 3.5. You got Dampier versus Bachmeyer. BYU just escaped by the freaking hair on top of my head, and that ain't much, y'all. That game, another upset special. Y'all look at that FPI. 49-51. That's as close as you can get, y'all. This week is loaded, y'all. It's another damn good week. Like I said, it's not quite where last week was, but damn if it ain't up there. Last one we're going to go over today, I got one or two on here that's not really that important. We might throw them on tomorrow's show, y'all. Game day, heading to Athens. You got Ole Miss. Undefeated Ole Miss, number 5 in the country, heading to Athens, take on number 9 Georgia. Georgia's favored by 7.5. FPI loves Georgia, 70-30. I thought this one would be close up until Saturday when Ole Miss struggled with. Hell, I can't remember who they played right now. Whenever they struggled Saturday, that's 32.5 point favorites. I think it was Oregon State. Georgia found a way to pull out a miracle win with the refs' help. This one still should be a good game. Georgia wants revenge after Ole Miss took them down last year. I think Georgia may be on the road to getting their revenge. I think they're a little better than Ole Miss right now. Ole Miss's big win is LSU, and I'm not sure that's a big win right now, y'all. That's the show for today. I'll add a couple more tomorrow. I got to wrap this up. Wife's got to go to work. I got to take over baby duty. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Do that YouTube stuff for me. Hit that thumbs up. Get in the comments. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all tuning in. God bless. Go Vols.